Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Side Projekt Podcast. Yes. Oh yeah, that one tastes good too. Let's try this one. Yeah, I like that one too. Oh yeah, some of you may be asking why. Why do you have 3 mugs when it's just you here? Hey, dude! Let me tell you, all right? Because right now on the Side Projekt merch store, which you can find in the description or wherever if you're listening, you do that in the bios and descriptions. Wherever you're at, it's somewhere within arm's reach. It's right there. You can click it and you can get these mugs right now, dude. You can get the regular Side Projekt Podcast logo mug. Dude, what? You can grab it. You can grab it, dude. You can get the Projekt Park mug right now. The Side Projekt Projekt Park mug in collaboration with Imposter Cosplay, dude. What? What, dude? Design inspiration by Imposter Cosplay, code designed by, come on, dude. Or you can get the Chazosaurus Rex mug right now, dude. You can do that right now, man. You can also go to the store and you can get the Projekt Park tee, dude. Look at it, man. You can also get that in a hoodie, man. I don't even have it in a hoodie yet, dude. Dude, it's so fresh that I don't even have one yet, dude. I need to get one in a hoodie, but it's getting hot out, man. But you know what? It's actually going to rain sometime this week where I'm at in California. I fucking hate it. It's actually going to rain sometime this week. I want to move to Texas. It's going to rain sometime this week, and I'm not looking forward to that. But I like the smell of the rain, but I don't like actually getting like wet. I don't like getting wet. You can also get this project. Which way do I go, dude? I don't even know which way to go anymore. You can also get this. Nope, this way was the right way. You can also get the Projekt Lines hoodie, dude. Look at this, dude. What? This is probably one of my favorite designs, man. You can. What the fuck? Look at these fuzzies and it's a bunch of fuzzies, dude. What is this? This is new. How is there already something on it, dude? You can get this Projekt Lines hoodie, dude. There's also Projekt Lines tees, a Projekt Lines long sleeve as well, alongside a bunch of other Side Projekt merch that you can get, all kinds of different designs. They're up there right now. How is everybody doing, man? All right, dude. Halo. The Halo series, man. The Halo series on Paramount Plus, released March 25th, just this last week, to mixed reviews. And in my personal exploration, the reviews have leaned a little bit more towards to not so great reviews. And I myself, and also I am very with those reviews. I'm very about it. I'm not quite certain about what I saw when watching the Halo series. I'm very, no, man, about watching that. But before we get into some cons of the series, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pros, in my opinion, of the series. But also, before we even get into that, did you watch the Halo series? Are you interested in the Halo series? Are you a Halo gamer? Oh, there's a fuzzy floating around. Damn, dude. Fuzzy just splooged all over my face. Did you watch the Halo series? Are you interested in the Halo series? Are you going to watch the Halo series? Are you a Halo gamer? Are you not a Halo gamer, but you're actually interested in the series? I don't know, man. Let me know. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you going to watch it? Do you give a shit? If you do give a shit, then stay tuned because we're about to talk about it. If you're a person that's not interested in the Halo series, you know what? Hey, check this out, man. Just for you, baby. Then the description on YouTube, and for the people that are just listening on Apple and Google and wherever you may be listening right now, youtube.com/Side Projekt Podcast to go watch, because this is very much so a visual show. I don't want to detour you from listening. I don't want you to go, oh, fuck, it's a visual show. Well, just fuck everything then. Don't do that. Dude, go watch it then, dude. If you're like, what? This is my first time tuning in and I'm just listening. My ears are having an eargasm right now, but I want my eyes to just splooge everywhere. So you can do that on youtube.com/Side Projekt Podcast. But if you happen to be somebody that Wow, there's so much saliva from drinking from these beautiful mugs that you can get on the Side Project store right now. If you are someone who's not quite interested in Halo, check it out, dude. In case nobody ever realized it, the timestamps on YouTube are in the description on youtube.com/SideProjectPodcast. The timestamps are in the description. They've always been in the description. They're always there, dude. You can always count. Come on, man. Here, take my hand, bro. We're gonna rally on down together. Let's go down to the description, dude. We're gonna check out the timestamps. And while we're going down to the description, dude, make sure as you're passing to hit the thumbs up on the video. Dude, it helps, all right? Hey, help a guy out. Then, while you're doing that, also, make sure that subscribe button, it says subscribe, dude. If it's red and says subscribe instead of subscribed, that means you need to subscribe, dude. Hey, that means you need to subscribe, dude. You need to subscribe, dude. Go down in the description. You can hit the timestamps, and you may find something else throughout this episode that you would like to watch if you're not interested in Halo, or if you're not interested in hearing spoilers about the review of episode 1. All right? Pros, in my opinion, with the Halo series so far. It was cool seeing things like the Spartans and the Spartan armor. All right? They're big. When they make a lot of noise when they walk to showcase that they're big, it's you know, and that's not their thing dangling between their legs. It is their feet. I figured that out. I had to send a few emails and ask, but I figured that out. They're obviously bigger than a regular human with all the armor on and everything, especially with all that reinforced titanium armor, as so Master Chief confirmed himself in the series. And Master Chief's armor is accurate. It's accurate, man. The way it's shelled out, the color even, I'm glad that they at least took from that. And I'll explain why I say it that way in just a few. There's a few other Spartans that appear on screen from time to time and in several scenes throughout episode 1, and they seem to look game accurate to me. They seem pretty cool, and as a Halo gamer, it does spark a little bit of excitement to simply see these characters that I've played since 2001 come to life on screen. Seeing the vehicles was pretty cool, actually, especially like the Warthogs. The Warthogs were actually dope, in my opinion, although you only see them very briefly, but also it was only episode 1. It's just one episode. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cool stuff that goes on throughout the series. I don't know how many episodes they're doing in this series. I should have checked that out, actually, because I'm genuinely curious about that. But I'm sure there's going to be some cool Warthog scenes. There better be some cool Warthog scenes, dude. There better be some scenes where like it's either another Spartan driving, right? Got another Spartan driving the Warthog, and then Master Chief on the back just like what? Yes! There's got to be a scene like that. If there's not a scene exactly like that, I'm out. The weapons are accurate from what I can tell. Even certain sounds that were ripped directly from the game are showcased throughout the episode, and I think that's really cool, such as the weapon sounds themselves, even like the damage sound. You know, when you get damaged and it's like, left ass cheek is hurting. You know what I mean? Those things are there 100%. They even give us a version of the UI, the HUD, that you see when you're playing a Halo game, right? But in this series, it's showcased through the eyes of a Spartan, through their helmet, right? Through the Spartan helmet. And that's even explained in a sentence or two by Master Chief himself later in the episode. So those things are pretty cool. And I think that's pretty much it, though. I mean, maybe besides some of the action scenes were cool. Some of the fight scenes were cool. The way that they did it, I mean, it's always kind of cool to see some action stuff. But I think the rest are unfortunately cons or dislikes or things that need improvement or a failure to catch and engulf and or connect to the audience enough, for me at least. I don't know about you, but for me at least. And where does that reasoning come from? Where do I pull that from? Well, the CGI is kind of bad, if you ask me, especially in the beginning of the episode. The CGI for the Elite, I believe, right? The Covenant, right? The Elite, the enemies, it's not that great, if you ask me. It's not that great, especially during some fight scenes. Like I said, some of the fight scenes are cool, but other fight scenes, like the CGI just didn't hit the mark for me, and they move kind of like slow. The combat's a little slow, but I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking with certain things. The fight scenes were all right. They were all right. But There's even moments for me like where the Spartans are standing together and it just didn't quite hit the mark for me on believability as far as the CGI goes. I didn't look at it and think that it was realistic, as if that type of armor in that way was standing there in that setting right then and there. I didn't feel that. Like in the sense of like you see like Iron Man's armor, for instance, from Marvel or something, right? And in the movies, it looks legit. You see like Ant-Man. Who else is a good one? Like even just CGI in general, like Thanos. I know maybe I'm mixing like Disney, a powerhouse like Disney and Marvel, or let's even go. Maybe it's still a powerhouse with like DC and WB with like Darkseid and fuck. I'm missing names. Oh, what was his name? Oh shit. What was Darkseid's Steppenwolf? You know what I mean? Like Steppenwolf and stuff for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like the CGI for those are phenomenal. I mean, even trying to just think of other CGI, maybe that may not be like gigantic big budget because superhero things are super big budget right now. But I don't know, even like maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was that good CGI? I don't quite remember. You know what I mean? But it just didn't engulf me enough in various scenes. Not throughout the entire series. There are moments in the series where, for the Spartans at least, I could say that the CGI looked good. Like there's moments in the ships and things like that look decent, or moments with Master Chief by himself where I'm like, okay, that looks decent. But it just didn't hit the mark 100% for me, man. I feel like engulf me, make me believe it. I know that it's not real already. I know that it's fake already. I know that it's a show. It's your job to portray it in ways that make me feel like it's real. Engulf me enough to make me believe that it's occurring, right? Or that like make me want to be there in the moment. Make me feel like I am there, and engulf me, encase me in your storytelling and your CGI. And I just didn't see that or feel that in the ways that I thought I would. I feel like both areas were lacking, the CGI and the excitement of the storytelling. You know what it felt like, dude? You know what it felt like at times, man? It felt like a Sci-Fi Channel movie, dude. It felt like a low budget, even though the technology for lower budget, even like the technology for sci-fi has gotten significantly better. But you could still tell the difference between like good CGI and like Sci-Fi Channel Sharknado CGI, right? Or like back in the day, Discovery Channel CGI, dude, like late 90s or early 2000s, like Discovery Channel or History Channel or whatever it was, CGI. Like I have this one in my mind. What was it? Somebody may know. Maybe it was like Sharknado. It was like one of those sci-fi movies where it was like they always did like weird mashups of like animals, right? Like they would have like an alligator, but it would be mixed with like, it would have like a fucking elephant trunk. It's like, what's going on here, dude? And it would be like walking around, it's all like doing weird things, and then they would just be like, oh my God, no way! Like that's it. Just the CGI. I don't know, dude. It didn't hit the mark for me 100%, man. Halo showrunner Stephen Kane. We got a quote from the Halo showrunner Stephen Kane, and I quote: "We didn't look at the game. We didn't talk about the game. We talked about the characters in the world. So I never felt intimidated by it being a game." End quote. Okay, so this show exists in its own realm, basically. It's non-canon as well. It's very much so its own thing. And because so, I feel like it's lacking. I didn't really feel much of a connection to anyone, unfortunately, in my personal opinion. And by the way, Steven, okay, you're making a show based off of a video game, right? And you publicly announce that you didn't bother to inform yourself about the source material? You didn't look at the game, you say? You didn't talk about the game, you say? That's a sure way to turn your core audience off immediately, Stephen Kane. That's a sure way to disconnect from your core audience immediately, Stephen Kane, which is exactly what I felt throughout portions of the show when watching Stephen Kane. Not to mention, this statement was stated before the show even released. So that's a sure way to lead your core audience to disappointment and speculative thoughts. Did I say that weird? And skeptical. Maybe skeptical is the word I'm looking for here. Skeptical thoughts before the show's even out. Who's your PR, Steven? Because if it was me, I'd have been like, hey, don't say that. That's a sure way to turn your core audience off immediately by telling them this is probably not going to be what you want. We're just going to let you know that already. Because you've got to know that your core audience for this show would be the fans and the gamers of the source material. And the source material being the games themselves. So you would think that your core goal here would be to make sure that you create something amazing for your core audience while finding a way to maintain the balance between a core audience and the everyday moviegoer or show watcher, if you will, because it's a series. But instead, you come out swinging like, hey, we're going to do a show based off of a game that you love. And everybody's like, woo, yes, dude, yes. I can't wait. But hey, we're not going to do it about anything that you actually love. All right, yeah, woo. And everybody's like, hey, wait a minute, what? I thought you were making a Halo game series. I thought you were making a show based off. You're not gonna make it based off the game. You're just gonna kind of do your own thing. Yes, dude, we're gonna do our own thing, man. We don't even know what the games are, dude. Yeah, woo, all right, yeah. What's going on here, Steven? You know? I don't know, man. I also called doohickey on this, though. That's right. I said it. Doohickey. Because there's definitely like several things that were taken from the games, though. You know what I mean? Like there's no, I mean, maybe he means like storyline and like maybe parts of the lore because this exists in its own realm and they're kind of making a fresh story instead of following the game's format and the game's lore and the game story 100%. But there's still like a lot of things that they had to have taken a look at the games and taken from the games, like such as the sounds and the looks, obviously, you know, the armor, the certain thing. Like they had to have, they couldn't have completely fucked off the games and just did whatever they wanted because there's a lot of things that are definitely taken from the game. So he's got to just mean like the storyline. You know what I mean? I don't know. Master Chief takes off his helmet. Why? Some of you may be asking, why is this a big deal? Well, 21 years of Halo games. And not once have I seen Master Chief's face. Okay? And now, I don't even want to. 21 years of Halo games. And not once have I seen Master Chief's face. And I don't even want to, man. His sultry voice in the games, dude. His sweet but rough, tell me a story and put me to bed with comfort, but also intimidate me to do anything kind of voice is enough. I don't need to see his face. He could tell me, milk this cow. I've never wanted to milk a cow in my life. But all of a sudden, I'm milking a cow. That's the kind of voice Master Chief has.
We all fail. We all make mistakes. It's what makes us human.
But in the Paramount Plus series, we see his face in a moment that felt extremely forced and unnecessary. As unnecessary as my right shoe on my left foot. Dumb, right? That joke was dumb. Just like Master Chief taking off his helmet. Dumb. Okay? All right.
Dum 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 dum.
I think that they tried to create like this moment to connect to the audience. I think they tried to create this emotional moment because it's during a scene on the ship with a teen insurgent. Spoiler alert. I mean, this whole thing is kind of spoiler alerts. With a teen insurgent, I believe her name is like Haquan or something, that they're transporting back to Reach. And the plan is and they're going to end up killing her, is the plan. And Chief has a moment within himself where he decides to disobey the orders. And upon executing his newly developed plan, she's not convinced that he's actually trying to help. So she's holding him at gunpoint, right? Inside the ship, which would do nothing because of his titanium armor, which he exploits, he says to her. And they tried to create what is supposed to be this emotional, awing, like type moment where he slowly takes off his helmet and reveals his face and tells her that she has to aim up if she's gonna try to kill him. And it's a moment that's supposed to show that he is indeed human with human emotions and not just a killing machine that's obeying orders, right? That's what I took from it. And that he is very much so trying to help, and this is conveying that to her in that way. Then his helmet remains off for the rest of the duration of the show. And it's like, why? It's not necessary, man. That's something that you shouldn't have just taken that and made it its own thing. You should have done that in your own way. It may seem dumb to others that I'm focusing on this so much. It's just a helmet. So what? You see his face. You don't see his face. Who cares? But for the gamers and the fans of Halo, like, it's turned into like a thing. You know, it's like, it's a thing. We don't see Master Chief's face, and it creates more mystery that way. It creates more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I can't think of a good word, but it's like, it's been 21 years and we still don't know what Master Chief's face looks like. And it's like, at this point, I don't even want to. Like, that's the mystery of it. You know what I mean? That's like a little staple in the Halo series. You know what I mean? Like, the dude does everything with his helmet on. Hey, you gonna eat? Yeah. He just eats with his helmet on, dude, you know? Hey, you gonna drink? Oh, he just drinks with his helmet on. How? Dude, I don't know. We never got the answers, and we don't care, man. You know? He's plowing some alien dude. He's plowing some, hey, whatever, man. You never know these days, right? He's plowing some alien, and he's like, alien's all like, you want to take your helmet off? He's like, I never take my helmet off. Dude, Master Chief doesn't take his helmet off, man. And it should have stayed that way in the series as well. I think it would have built up more hype, if you ask me, to not have him take it off. You know, for the gamers and for the people who don't know the game lore. Like, it would have just created this mystique, you know? Somewhat like the Mandalorian, right? Mandalorian rarely takes his helmet off. I know they took it off here and there in the series, but he rarely takes his helmet off, right? Which is something that I think they tried to go for here, and they failed, in my opinion. I think that they were going for this, like, weird, emotional, like, Baby Yoda, Mandalorian type situation, and, he doesn't need to take his helmet off, but he took his helmet off for her. But it's also just like a situation that didn't need to occur. But if they were going to do it, it also occurred too soon. It occurred in the first fucking episode, man. You know, if it's a thing that you guys were gonna do, this is how I pictured it, right? If it's a thing that you guys were gonna do, it should have been built. Like, you should have built it up with hype throughout the series over time and had it be a thing towards the end of the season, or even a thing that was like revealed at the last episode of the season, or you need to create a story arc for it. You know what I'm saying? You need to build it up. You need to build an emotional connection to the audience and who Master Chief is throughout the series so far. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean when I say, like, it was forced. It was forced, it was rushed, and it was unneeded, in my opinion. Can we take it back to his voice real quick, though? Okay. The voice is obviously going to be different from the games. All right. It's not going to be the same voice from the games. That's not everything is always going to be the exact same. We know that, you know, and while I don't necessarily hate Master Chief's voice in the series, I do see once again a lot of Mandalorian influence, man, in the voice and the voice effects that they used for his voice for the series. The voice inflection, the way that he speaks in general is a lot of Mandalorian influence, and that's okay. That's okay. Because it's okay to take influence from something, right? Plus, I don't know whose decision it was. Like, was it the actor's portrayal? Was it the writer's input, the director's input, the studio's input to make it this way? I don't know. Is it even that big of a deal? I don't know. Maybe to some. A lot of people really like Master Chief's voice in the games, you know? But it varies much from the games, and I instantly thought of Mando. But I don't necessarily hate it, but maybe I don't hate it because there's familiarity there, right? I'm comfortable with it. I don't know. My overall thoughts on the Halo series is I think they missed the mark on a lot of things. I think Stephen Kane saying a lot of the things that he said before the series even came out was bad PR. You know, somebody should have stopped him from saying that, said it differently, worded it differently. I don't know, man. I just think it kind of turned a lot of people off. I saw a lot of comments where everybody was like just that. They were turned off. I saw a poll that somebody did and 50-something%. Let me see if I have a screenshot of that still, actually. Let me see real quick. I think it was like, yeah, Watch Mojo. How interested are you in the upcoming Halo TV series on Paramount Plus? Let us know why in the comments. 10% said that it's a must watch for them. Very interested. 15% said I'll check it out. Interested, which I voted on that myself. 25% said I might check it out. Some interest. And 50% said hard pass. No interest at all. And I believe that was like 5 days, a week before the series came out. I'm going to continue watching it because I'm a Halo fan, right? But I just feel like it missed the mark on a lot of things. I think the budget should have been higher. I don't think the CGI is that great on portions of the episode so far. It really does remind me of like Sci-Fi Channel CGI. They don't look fully implemented into the area that they're in. Maybe some of it's green screen too, and if it's green screen, I mean, you're still doing visual effects, so you know the budget wasn't high enough to have it look, Marvel-esque, Disney-esque, DC-esque, whatever you want to call it. Just good CGI, good visual effects. And I don't know. I mean, there's just so much lore within the games. Why create your own storyline? You know what I mean? That's the same thing they did with Assassin's Creed, and that failed miserably. They created their whole own thing, their own characters, own this, own that, and it didn't work. And a Assassin's Creed movie or series would translate absolutely perfectly from the game to the movie. And you've got so much to go on. So many games, so many years, so many beloved characters. Why would you choose to do your own thing? So with the Halo series, I kind of feel the same way. You've got 21 years of storytelling to go through, and you decide to fuck all of that off and just do your own thing. 21 years of games that you can pull from. And you just said, nah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do our own thing. At least they used Master Chief, unlike Assassin's Creed that just created some random situation. At least they actually used Master Chief, and they're using other characters that actually exist in Halo. But I just think maybe it might have been better to just use the actual storylines in the games. But also, it's like, where do we draw the line of someone taking an art form that already exists and creating their own version of it and their vision of it? Like, we definitely want comic book movies to draw from the source material, right? We definitely want game adaptations to draw from their source material, right? And portray that on film. But can someone, a group of people, a studio, whomever, however, pull from something and take their own rendition of it and make good with it? Like, can we do that? Like, they do that in comics, right? Like, we don't just have the original storyline that we've ever had, the first time we've ever seen it, of Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America, X-Men, so on and so forth, Spawn, this and that. We have several iterations from different writers, right? We have different portrayals as time has gone on. We have different storylines, et cetera, right? So why can't that be done with movie? And I'm not trying to contradict things that I'm saying throughout this episode, but I'm also just trying to look at both sides of it. Like, why can't we do that with movies? And I think that we can't do that in the same way with movies, unfortunately, because, I mean, it's just never been done good. like I don't know what it is. Like, I guess the stories just aren't good. The effort just isn't good. Or maybe it's someone that just doesn't really understand what that core audience or that fan base wants. Like, maybe you can take something in a comic book style and make a series or a movie out of it that's completely fresh and have it actually be good if it's still somewhat authentic to the source material or that character or something that character would do or that story would have or that world would have. You get what I'm trying to say? But I think it's just been proven more times than not to work. Does that make sense? More times that it hasn't worked in comparison to times that it has worked. And not everything is going to be exact from the source material when adapting something from film. There's always going to be changes, alterations. It's finding that balance in between that makes sense. I don't know. Even though it's just one episode, I'm not entirely sold on this series yet. But yet, because I'm a Halo fan, I'm going to continue to watch and see where the series goes. Maybe it gets better over time. But in my opinion, you had one sure shot to really impress with your first episode, and I think that they missed the mark. So, if you're an Xbox gamer and you have Xbox Game Pass, you can get Paramount Plus for free. If you go to the Xbox Game Pass perks and you can claim it, you can do all that stuff, follow all the instructions or whatever, and you get 30 days of Paramount Plus free, and you can check out the Halo series. I don't know how many episodes are going to be in this, but I doubt 30 days. If they're coming out weekly, I doubt 30 days will cover the entire series. It'll probably cover like half or something, but you can do that. What do you guys think of the Halo series? Did you watch it? Are you gonna watch it? Do you plan to watch it? Are you not gonna watch it at all? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you feeling it? Am I saying anything that connects here? Are you a Halo gamer and watching it? Are you a Halo gamer and not watching it? Are you not a Halo gamer at all, but interested in watching it because maybe it just looks interesting to you because you don't know the lore, so you don't feel a lot of the ways that maybe I feel or anybody else feels? I don't know. Let me know. Project Park Mug! Oh man, I am tired. Let's break up the monotony and let's get into this week's Cosplay of the Week! I mentioned Iron Man earlier in this episode. I mentioned CGI in Iron Man looking phenomenal. Just as phenomenal as this week's Cosplay of the Week, and this week's Cosplay of the Week is none other than LU2, the number 2 underscore cosplay on Instagram, and I'm throwing it up on the screen right about now. Look at this, dude. What? This is absolutely amazing, man. I do want to give a shout out to who enabled me to find LU2 underscore cosplays Marvel's Zombies Iron Man here. It also could be taken from, what was it? Far From Home? Was it Far From Home, right? When Zombie Iron Man showed up. But either way, still, Zombie Iron Man, right? And shout out to Extraordinary Men of Cosplay on Instagram who enabled me to find this. I found this via them, and I saved it, put it in the vault, saved it for later. Extraordinary underscore men underscore of underscore cosplay on Instagram. Check them out. LU2 underscore cosplay. This is absolutely amazing, dude. My goodness. The quality of this. Dude. This is phenomenal, man. The helmet, it's zombie Iron Man, dude. So it's like, it's not even battle worn. It's battle worn. It's grave ridden. I'm just going to say things here. And it's dirty. Oh my God, dude. It's amazing, man. I mean, phenomenal, dude. The helmet, half Iron Man, and then the rest of it is ripped off and there's the skull behind it. Dude. Quality, man. Quality. Super dark in the eye. Absolutely amazing, dude. It's like that brownish skull. It's not like a pure white skull. Perfect, you know? You got the arm going up with the repulsor, I believe, right? That's what it's called again? I can't remember. The repulsor, you know, and you still got the, oh, dude, what is it called? Oh, dude, it's in the, it's the arc reactor. Oh! There we go, dude. Arc reactor right there. Absolutely amazing. You can see the rib cage and everything coming through. This is absolutely insane, dude. And the caption says, I am so happy to finally show you my new project. It was fun to work on this with at ho underscore za underscore mu. I don't know if it's mu. I don't know. And the result is pretty effing brutal, I think. And the photo was by Zapeka underscore photography. ZAPECA underscore photography, and an awesome shot as well. I do want to show a second photo that shows more of the body, and I'll throw that up now. Oh my goodness, dude. Dude, I gotta zoom up on this, man. I gotta zoom up on this, dude. Wow. You guys. He says, thank you for all the awesome support, and the photo again is by Zabeka underscore photography, and look at the rest of this armor, you guys. If you're able to zoom up on this, I mean, you still got the shoulder pads, you still got the full like Iron Man armor, looking completely accurate, looking so amazing, super cool, dude. You can see that the rib cage at the lower half of the torso popping out even more. You can see that in full. You can see that more fully in this photo. It's absolutely dope, dude. Let's take a look at the arms, man. You see that the I'll do this side. You see that the right there on the forearms, the under forearms right there, it's all popping out. And you got the wires popping out, dude. Oh my goodness, man. You've got the wires popping out. Even on the rib cage over there, you got more wires popping out. You can see a USB cord, dude. That's so cool, man. All these different wires popping out and everything on the other arm as well. Popping out on the other arm up here a little bit, kind of right here. Yeah, about right there. This is insane, dude. This is insane, man. And then even on the hands, you got your fingers popping out a little bit. Oh my God, dude. This is phenomenal, man. This is one of the best things that I've ever seen, dude. This is Marvel's Zombies Iron Man, Marvel's Zombie Iron Man, whatever, dude. You know, Zombie Iron Man, absolutely cool, man. LU2 underscore cosplay is a Czech cosplayer, and he's also a part of, damn, bro, I am going to butcher. I'm going to butcher this so bad. It's up on the screen, though, for people that want to see it. He's a Czech cosplayer, so forgive me. I don't know how to pronounce everything, man. But on Instagram, he's a part of a group, OSC underscore Universalini underscore super. I'm not even gonna try, dude. It's up on the screen for those that want to see it. And they supply a free superhero to your party or any social event. So go ahead and follow them as well. A bunch of cool cosplayers involved with that. This is absolutely crazy, man. This is crazy. This is one of the best Iron Man cosplays I've ever seen. One of the best Marvel zombie cosplays I've ever seen. This is super cool, man. This is super cool. And excuse me if I'm stuttering over my words a little bit. I'm a little out of it today. I'm tired. I've had a long week, but it is what it is, you know? This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Shout out to Extraordinary Men of Cosplay for enabling me to find this. Always work hand in hand with them. Always shout them out when I find anything cool from them. Really dope, man. You guys go follow LU2 underscore cosplay on Instagram for all of his amazing cosplays, especially his Marvel Zombie Iron Man cosplay, because LU2 cosplay, your Iron Man cosplay for me is amazing. I'm dead. All right. Also, today's episode is brought to you by friends of the show, Kombat In The Grid. Kombat In The Grid is a live-action mashup series that combines the likes of Power Rangers and Mortal Kombat. And I don't just mean characters from both franchises. I mean, they are literally morphing together to make characters such as Scorpion Ranger, Sub-Zero Ranger, Noob Ranger, and so on and so forth. I've had creator Mike Patrone on the show before to discuss the series before it launched, and thereafter the launch, I had him return with co-creator Ken Cosplay to discuss the series and other topics further. So if you'd like to get more in-depth information either before or after you check out the series itself, feel free to check out previous episodes of this podcast featuring them, which are Scorpion Ranger and Reptile Ranger respectively, on episode 87 and episode 106. You can find Kombat In The Grid on YouTube at Kombat In The Grid, as well as follow them on Instagram at Kombat In The Grid with an underscore after each word. Episode 1 and 2 of the series are out now. Episode 3 just wrapped filming, and a trailer was just released not that long ago, and I want to showcase that for you right here, right now. Enjoy. All right, before we get out of here, I want to talk about Morbius, okay? This is going to be, some of this is going to be very spoilery, so if you're not interested in hearing about spoilers for Morbius before it comes out, because it comes out this Friday, April 1st, 2022, and A lot of things have been released about it. First of all, I'm going to just talk about some reviews and whatnot. I'm not going to get into spoilers. I'm going to get into at the very end. And it's not just me spoiling it. You know I don't do stuff like this. I always wait a week to 2 weeks after something comes out before I talk about it. But spoilers have come out, not just from early screenings and things like that, but from production themselves, from the director himself, from legitimate publications themselves before the movie's even out, dude. Unheard of. That just kind of goes to show you that they have no faith in this movie. There's a lot of reviews and reactions that are coming out from this film, from critics and from early screenings that are not good. Almost every single review that I have seen has been bad. I was actually kind of looking forward to this movie. I was hoping that Jared Leto would do a good job, but I'm very skeptical on Jared Leto, on anything with Jared Leto moving forward. I feel like he's been in a lot of things that were pretty good, but I feel just like the whole Joker thing just turned me off, dude. And not even just like him as a person, like the way he went into the method acting and like sending people dead rats. If these things truly occurred, like we don't truly know. We weren't there. If those things occurred, everybody could be on board to say it as hype for the movie back in the day, right? He's sending rats and used condoms. Come on, dude. Hey, dude, Jared, I don't care how deep into method acting you are. If you send me, right? And I'm not even this kind of guy, man. If you send me a used condom or a dead rat, we're squaring up, bro. Hey, woo! Hey, we're squaring up, bro. Like, seriously, Jared, all right? If I ever become an actor, man, listen, let this be right now. Stamp the date and everything. Hey, I'm all for method acting, all right? I'm all for pulling from real trauma and things like that. And I'm all for diving deep, so deep into your character, you go absolutely crazy. Do whatever you want. But don't involve me, okay? Don't involve me. Don't send me a dead rat. Don't send me a used condom. Because if you send me a used condom, dude, I'm going into your trailer and I'm tying that used condom around your neck. I am. Hey, may sound brutal. Shouldn't have sent it to me in the first place, dude. They don't call me the Chazosaurus Rex for nothing, dude. All right. I was kind of looking forward to this movie. I was kind of trying to figure out where exactly I was stoked when I saw all the things from the trailers and everything. Like, where does this movie fit in the Sony verse or the MCU? Like, what's going on? It kind of looked like that could be Andrew Garfield's Spidey mural on the wall, but maybe also Tobey Maguire's Spidey movie, iteration, I mean. And, you've got Vulture from the MCU in it. You see references to Venom in it. You see the Daily Bugle. You see this, you see that. Like, where does this movie exist, right? And then now after seeing No Way Home and what, speculation of what will be the multiverse stuff in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2, it's like anything is possible, and that kind of makes me stoked, right? But then they keep pushing this movie back and pushing it back and pushing it back. It was like supposed to come out 47 years ago, and then they did like reshoots for it and everything. Has you kind of questioning, okay, are the reshoots for a good reason? Are they for a bad reason? Is it because multiverse stuff? Is it, what's the deal? Who knows, man? But I was kind of looking forward to it. But after all these reactions, and I am the type of person that's like, let me see it for myself, right? Let me find out for myself. Sometimes I like to stay away from things. I don't even like to read things. I don't even like to read the reviews. But this one is blowing up so large that I couldn't avoid it, man. So let's take a look at some of these reactions and reviews, all right? Morbius is as bad as you were expecting. A 2005 plot collides with visually confusing CGI to create a bit of a snooze fest. But don't worry. They've saved the worst for last, featuring some of the worst post-credit scenes you've ever seen. Sony are off their rocker. Then there's another one, and that person's from Sab Astley. Well, they'll be up on the screen. Morbius, another one says, Morbius is just as disjointed and boring as you expected it to be. Clearly butchered in an edit by a studio who had no clue what they wanted to do with it. Not that there's a good film trapped in there. See, and that's my thing, dude. I actually believe that review right there. clearly butchered in an edit by a studio who had no clue what they wanted to do with it. I hate to say it, but I feel that way about Sony a lot as well. Because you know me, didn't like Venom. Liked parts of Venom. Liked seeing Venom. Right? But didn't like the direction and the storyline fully. Right? And that's Sony, dude. That's Sony. And I'm not for it, man. The reason, people can fight me on this, but let's be real. And actually, it's not even speculation because it's confirmed by the executives at the top from Sony and Kevin Feige himself. The reason Spider-Man does so well, even though he's quote unquote a Sony property, is because Marvel, Disney are in control creatively. They are more in control creatively. So the reason that does well and that works and that plays well in the MCU is because Disney has more creative control. That's my opinion. Let's take a look at another one. Morbius is, well, I mean, it's my opinion, but it's also kind of confirmed. Morbius is unfortunately not great and definitely not as fun as Venom. Really confused at the future of Sony Spider-Verse following the post-credit scenes and the editing. Another one says, Morbius proves that no matter how many famous faces, that sounds like a something, unless they just mean the people that are in it generally, or shiny visuals you squeeze in, Sony will always find a way to impressively misunderstand basic storytelling. I agree. From the past. And lastly, this one says, the bad plotting and messy CGI, confusing editing, and worse sound mix result in an absolute incoherence. Why is there a question mark there? But the post-credits managed to outdo it all. So here's the other thing. It seems like a lot of these reactions are saying very similar things, which make me feel and believe that there's truth to them. Now, while I'm reading something. Now, while these are some of the bad reviews, I did say that the majority that I've been seeing were bad, but that does leave open some good reviews to be discussed. But I don't know, man. I got to tell you, they kind of sound fake. The good reviews that I'm about to read, they kind of sound fake, dude, in my personal opinion. And how did I come across these good reviews? I simply Googled Morbius reviews, and under the Google reviews, from the review section directly on Google, there's some reviews. And by the time that this episode is released, these reviews will have been written, I believe, like 2-3 weeks before the movie was released, some of them. So we can only assume that if they are legit, they are just early screening reviews, much like the bad reactions, right? But they're just so over the top to me and so far opposite on the opposite side of the spectrum from the bad reviews. Like there's no middle ground. I feel like there should be a middle ground and there's not. It's either absolutely horrible or godlike. And check this out. So we got one review here from Reese Smitherman. And it's just so far different. When you think of the best movie ever made, come on, man. The first that come to mind are Interstellar, The Godfather, Venom Let There Be Carnage, or Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean, I love Ant-Man a lot, you know? But I don't know if Ant-Man and the Wasp is one of the best movies ever made, you know? Well, it's safe to say that the only movie you'll think of now is Morbius. Come on, dude. I just highly doubt it. Regardless of the reactions that we just read before, the poor reactions, the bad ones, I just don't believe that anyway. You know what I mean? Like even if I knew nothing about the poor reviews at all, I just wouldn't believe that anyway. Just me. When you think of the best movie ever made, the first that come to mind are Interstellar, The Godfather, Venom Let There Be Carnage, or Ant-Man and the Wasp. No. Well, it's safe to say that the only movie you'll think of now is Morbius, starring the legendary, like you see how it's just so over the top? The legendary Jared Leto, best known for his role in Flawless. Well, there's a spelling error here. What they mean to say is best known for his flawless role in Suicide Squad. Dude! What? This can't be real, dude. This can't be real. When you think of the best movie ever made, the first that come to mind are Interstellar, okay. The Godfather, okay. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, how? And Ant-Man and the Wasp, I love it, but how? Well, it's safe to say that the only movie you'll think of now is Morbius, starring the legendary Jared Leto, best known for his flawless role in Suicide Squad. What? Did you see Suicide Squad? Dude, did you see Jared Leto's, what was it, 7-minute portrayal of the worst Joker that we've ever got? Morbius is pure cinema. The acting, the cinematography, the visual effects are absolutely out of this world. There were multiple times throughout the film when I forgot that I wasn't actually there and was merely sitting in the dark, cold, lonely cinema. This can't be real. Is this guy a fucking poet? Every single second, or is it a girl? Every single second of the film was exhilarating, and I could feel the adrenaline shooting through my body at the speed of light. What is happening? There's no way. There's no way, dude. What is this? The only thing that I can think of that's negative about this film is there weren't enough cameos from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, where the hell was Iron Man or Captain Marvel? What? This has got to be a joke. Or where were the cheeseburger references? What? Aside from that, I think this film will be remembered until the end of time. Thank you, Jared Leto. What? We've got another one here. This doesn't even sound like a real name, dude. Ambao. You could just wrote whatever. Watch that be somebody's name. Somebody's gonna comment on this and be like, "Hey, man, my name's Ambao." Genuinely one of the best movies I have ever seen. Definitely top 3. It easily beats any comic book movie. It easily beats any comic book movie that has been released thus far. Looking forward to the sequel. Super spoiler alert right here, right now. Loved the Andrews Spider-Man appearance and performance in this movie. The only criticism I have for the movie is that it ended too soon. Would have loved at least a 4-hour runtime. What is happening? But that's just a minor nitpick. I recommend this movie to anyone, whether you're a CBM fan or not. You will certainly love this movie. 10 out of 10. What the fuck is happening right now? There's no way that these reviews can be real. This has got to be damage control from all of the poor reviews that are coming out all over the world. This has got to be. It's got to be. Because there's just nonstop bad reviews, so they're probably panicking, even though they don't even have faith in their own movie, and I'll tell you why in a second, or I guess I kind of did. They already spoiled the whole movie themselves, so they don't even have faith in their own movie. But this is probably damage control because they're like, well, we got to make some kind of money back. Roll out the good reviews. And then this person just went balls to the walls, dude. I feel like it was the best thing since Shakespeare when I was in the movie. I also just want to say the movie theater that I was in also provided an immaculate experience because when I was drinking from my cup, I felt like I was drinking roses in a bathtub by myself being massaged by Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And you can tell, this has to be fake, dude. It has to be fake. It has to be a joke. Am I not getting it? Are these joke reviews and I'm not getting it here? This has to be dumb. Just dumb studio executives that have no idea what they're talking about, or people that they pay to just put out random shit. Because one said, where the hell was Iron Man or Captain Marvel? What are you talking about? Where the hell was Iron Man? He's dead. We all cried. He had a funeral and everything. For 2 movies, Peter Parker cried. What are you talking about? That one makes me angry. Don't fuck with my Tony Stark. So they spoiled the shit out of this movie way ahead of time. This is big spoiler alerts here, even though I already said in the very beginning that there's spoiler alerts. If you happen to still be here and you're okay with what's happening now, I'm about to spoil the shit out of some stuff, okay? So if you want to see the rest of this episode, timestamps, skip towards the end, even though this is kind of, we're wrapping up here, skip towards the end because I don't know, who knows what I may talk about at the end. I have no idea, dude. We're improv in the end. Aside from these reviews, there are major spoilers for the film as well, man. But rather than spoilers coming from people who have seen the film, these are spoilers that come from legit publications, you guys, and from the director of the film himself, ahead of the release, man. By the time this episode comes out, I think they would have already spoiled it almost like about a week. I think it's like a week before. So, from Cinema Blend, spoiler alert, all right? Stick with me. I know I never do this kind of shit, but it's just mind-blowing that they've done it themselves, so I feel like we got to talk about it, man. Cinema Blend says, what universe does Morbius take place in? And they have a quote that they tweeted from director Daniel Espinosa. Am I saying it right? Hold up. Espinosa, yeah. Just making sure that's what it is. Because it just says DE here. Quote, Morbius lives in the same universe as Venom. This is the universe we saw Venom exit at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage and return to at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Then, Cinema Blend also goes on to say, quoting from director Daniel Espinosa as well, at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man No Way Home, and in No Way Home itself, it is clearly established that it is possible for characters to transfer from one multiverse to another. The events of No Way Home had the effect of transferring Venom and Vulture, and maybe others, back and forth between the MCU and the Venom universe. And Gizmodo.com did an article on this, stating Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes is indeed the same one we last saw in Homecoming. Citing both Carnage and No Way Home, Espinosa explained how there are characters who can now apparently just bounce between universes somehow after No Way Home's end. Are they really leaving that giant MCU spoiler out there in a Sony Morbius movie before the MCU's able to get it? Is this correct? Or do they not know what the hell they're talking about? Venom and Vulture are both capable of doing this, and the director teased that others can as well, though he was naturally cagey about those other dimensional travelers. And then hold on, I have something else here because I don't have it. The logistics aren't terribly clear, but what it means for Vulture is that he's in a new world and city where he can pull off crimes, and the post-credit scenes show him preparing to do that with an upgraded suit. Why are they spoiling this before the movie even comes out? With how the film's marketing has put much stock into Toomes telling Morbius to embrace his inner bad guy, you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that they were inching towards a movie featuring 6 sinister baddies. 6, just say the Sinister 6, you know? All Espinosa would say is that Vulture's putting out job offers and, quote, has enticed one already, so it sure looks like a start, end quote. What's going on here? Since when is this a thing that an entire studio and the director themselves, a week to 2 weeks before the movie even comes out, just goes, hey, here's a major spoiler and or spoilers about the film way before you see it. Here's everything that you need to know way before you see it. What's going on here, dude? I'm still going to go see it, though. if you stayed with me till the end with all these spoilers, are you still gonna go see it? I'm still gonna go see it, man. I may go see it this Friday. What do I got going on? I'm busy on Sunday, I think. Friday and Saturday is WonderCon, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to that. Anybody going to WonderCon? Shout out to anybody that's going to WonderCon. I know Jake the Batman from the Batman, Jake is his real name. Corruption Cosplay on Instagram. Sorry about that. Corruption Cosplay on Instagram is going. I was featured in the Batman shoot that he did. Photographer Leo did art hero.photo on Instagram. We did a Batman shoot. Really cool. I know he's going. Who else is going? Anybody else going to WonderCon? Anyway, I'm going to go see Morbius. I don't know. At some point over the weekend, I'm going to try to make time to go see Morbius. I'm pretty sure. But I mean, what's going on here, dude? You know, do you believe the bad reviews? Do you believe the bad reactions? Do you think that those good reviews were real? Are they real? What's going on? I'm so confused. You know what I mean? I'm so lost. I just, you know, and then the director just dude, I gotta get out of here, dude. Thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for doing all of those things you do over on youtube.com/Side Project Podcast. When you go down, you hit that big subscribe button, that big red subscribe button, and it goes, what's happening with Morbius, dude? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know. But at least I'm subscribed to the Side Project Podcast. Thank you for listening on Apple, Google, Spotify, and all the things you listen on when you rate and review. Do all the things you do. Thumbs up, you can do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you're looking for me, you can find me at IG hates Chazzy on Instagram, and everything else you want to find me at is right here, including TikTok. That I'm just in TikTok hell right now, man. Fucking TikTok hell, can't get out of it, dude. Tons of shit went viral, and now it's just like, hey, fuck you, man. TikTok at Side Project. If you're looking for the podcast as a whole on Instagram, you can find it at Side Project Podcast. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah.